is go to the Federal Road Safety and say, how do we have access to the records on your data? Because you have spent so much money on the enterprise to build the data. How do we have access synergy with the road safety and say, we are looking for this, the owner of this driver's license, give us the information immediately, and it is given to the police. The police do not have to reinvent the wheel. It is very, Nigerians are being overtaxed. The general populace do not have the money anymore to keep giving to various government agencies for this matter. And we have to be very conscious of that.
Well, I think you just give us a moment, Max. Let's hear from Frank Mba, who was in our studios earlier on.
If you have your car on the BCMR, whatever change that take place on the car, you're expected to go back to the platform and update it. If you change the color, you're expected to go back to the platform and change it. Now, by the time you change your engine number and you get back to the platform, if you impute an engine number of a car that has been reported stolen, the system will automatically prop it up. And that will serve as a strong disincentive, because if it props up, it means that you know that you have bought an engine of a stolen car. And the first thing you will likely do is to report to the police, and the police will go to the shop of the owner where you bought it and pick the person. And once that happens 1, 2, 3 times, even the man that sells spare parts will know that he will need to interrogate whoever wants to sell a car to him.
Okay. There you have that, Max. I mean, what do you think of that? Has any of your opinion changed?
Yes, all Frank Look, all Frank Mba has said is very eloquent, and I agree with him. But it doesn't have to be carried out by the Nigerian police. Take for case in point, if you lost your passport, international passport, and you went to the immigration, what did they tell you? They say, go and get a police report to qualify that you actually lost your passport before they give you another passport. So that you go to police to report your car stolen, police can still have a synergized system that can talk to the computers of Federal Road Safety to bring up the same information that Frank Mba have so clearly elaborated. The police don't have to have these records independent of Federal Road Safety. That is duplication, and we don't need it in this country at this particular point in time. What we need is synergy of all the security agencies talking to one another in order to have a composite record that is non-duplicative, and that enables crime fighting to be more effective.
You know, Mr. Banite, we've talked about, whether or not we like it presently, as it stands, we have to do the CMR. If you have a new car or you just bought a car from somebody else, you have to go and register that car also with the Central Motor Registry of the police force. Now, if that is the case, and the police are saying that we have a room full of files and papers, and we're trying to make sure that this information we have is digital, that is basically what this is about. Should we fight the police for that when, under law, we're required to actually register our cars with the police?
Look, a lot of things have happened.
Go ahead, please.
The audio is quite inaudible. I didn't quite hear you very well. Could you be very patient with me and repeat your question, please?
I'm saying that as it stands currently, we have to register, any car at all, a brand new car, a fairly used car, with the Nigeria Police, with the Central Motor Registry of the Nigeria Police. Now, the police is saying that what they're doing is trying to make sure that this information is gathered, in a digital form. You have it as data on computers. That's basically what they're doing. So this is nothing new. What is new is the method of capturing. Why should we quarrel with the police over that?
I'm not going to quarrel with the police over that matter, but I have a concern when the police attaches a fee of about 3,500 to capture that on the BCMR. And I think the system of central vehicle registration should now be transferred over to Federal Road Safety. After all, Federal Road Safety were part of the Nigerian police before they were moved to become independent of Nigerian police. If we want to get it right, let us have a division of that, of road safety doing this work, while the Nigerian police is retooled to face the serious security challenges that we are facing today. And both agencies should not have issues to quarrel. Both agencies should sit down and harmonize their systems to better serve Nigerians. The Nigerian consumer should not be battered. Politicians have already battered us enough. We don't need the security agencies to do same to us. Everybody wants to collect money, yet they're giving us less in service. And that's not acceptable by my own standards.
If I may come in here, we have seen a sample card of the police BCMR. I mean, Mr. Umba brought one here last week, Friday. It looks very much like the copy of a driver's license. And it costs 3,500 naira to get one of those cards. Now, the FRSC is charging about 7,000 naira. Sometimes it comes up to 8,000 naira for your driver's license. Shouldn't we be asking questions? Because right now you're saying that you have issues with the police BCMR costing so much. Shouldn't we ask how come this same card, or maybe there's something different, is costing just twice as much with the FRSC?
Very good point, Mope. Very good point, Mope. I myself was quite aghast when I went to renew my driver's license and I was told that it is now 8,000 naira. And it bothered me because I thought of people in my local government, how many have 8,000 naira for a driver's license? The fact that police came up with this revolution is an indictment of Federal Road Safety that we didn't have to pay 8,000 naira for a driver's license. It could have been done within 3,500. But there are political issues around. There are collateral beneficiaries in all these negative arrangements.
In fact, that is what I actually thought we should be talking about now.
But then again, having said that, the Federal Road Safety, as of now, have captured more than 70% of Nigerian drivers in their data system. And they have a vibrant computer system. Therefore, why should police duplicate when the police can go to their record and access their record? And that's why we need a policy framework articulated through the Office of the National Security Agency to be able to make sure that police at any given time can access records from any branch of government that have biometrics on their record.
Max, could you respond to this? I hope it's audible enough for you. I mean, you say the FRSC has captured over 70% of data. I mean, but here we are, Nigerians complaining, and yes, we've been there, we've seen lots of queues. There are people who go there just for registration and capturing. They tell them, listen, come back next year. The deadline was supposed to have elapsed, but they haven't fixed a new deadline. They've got challenges. And you say they got 70%. How do you know that for sure?
Chamberlain, your investigative team needs to go to Federal Road Safety.
We've been there, Max.
You need to go to Federal Road Safety and bring Chidoka to come and answer these questions.
He's been here.
If there are lapses in the delivery of these licenses,
say they got 70%.
It doesn't augur well for the national security. I am not a spokesman for Federal Road Safety. I'm only saying that as a Nigerian, as a stakeholder in the gamut of strategic national security, vehicle identification and human identification has become part of that portal of national security. And we've got to get it right. So far, the new halogen